Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing, let me take this off. Today I'm going to be doing a, let me close this, a lab machine on HackMyVM. The challenge is called Find. It's considered easy, but this was definitely not easy for me. You know, I've never done anything like this before, so I did follow a write-up because I don't even know like where to start exactly. So yeah, I mean, I guess I'll link it. I don't. It was a little hard to read. Um, but yeah, I don't. I don't know even who to credit, but this is the website. I'm gonna link it below. And I kind of just followed it through. Okay, so I did pause this for a second because there was a part I was really unsure of, and honestly, I still am. And I'll get to that in a second. So first of all, how this works is you need to download the VM and kind of just get it running. I have it right here. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is do an ARP. On your network. Oh, ARP scan. This way you can see the IPs and stuff and MAC addresses if you want of the devices in your network. That I believe. I'll just leave it at that. Oops, what'd I do? Is it just like that? No. Why is it crying? Oh, I see. Okay, so we want to do. What is going on? Oh, there we go. Cool. So we have all these. The only one I don't know is this one. So oh no, this one right here. So this is the IP we want. So the next thing we want to do is let's just go do an nmap of I believe it's this of that IP. See what ports are open and what services are running. So this might take a second, so I'm just gonna pause it real quick. Oh, guess I don't need to. So we have SSH and HTTP. We're running Apache, so let's go check that out. Paste that to the URL, and we see that. So the first thing I immediately think of is checking out the robots.txt. And it says find user. Okay, so that's pretty useless. So I think, okay, what's the next thing I could do? I can use something like GoBuster, DirBuster, and from watching John Hammond, I found Ferox Buster. Yeah. And I'm gonna use the IP. Do I need to put like a flag or something? Scan clients. Okay, yeah, U. So dash U. So basically what this is gonna do is similar to the last video where I mentioned John the Ripper. There I have a word list of just a bunch of like directory endings or like file endings that it's just gonna run and test for us, kind of just automate through that so we don't have to go and test it ourselves. And then whatever it finds, we can just go ahead and investigate. So let's get that going. Cannot connect to any target provided. Why? Do I need to put the port? I'm confused. Oh, is it because I need to? Yeah, I think I need to put. Okay, I think that's cool. It's doing its thing. This is probably gonna take a while, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pause this and come back when it's done. Alright, so I did run that through, but it didn't get me anywhere. I can actually just... Oop, what's going on? I clicked something. Oops. Anyway, I can kind of just show you what I'm doing. So this flag that I'm entering, I believe doesn't do recursive, which is why my first scan took so long. And then I'm going to do silent, so that it only shows the valid existing like directories. It would help if you spell things correctly. Okay, cool. So this is pretty much the ignore that. This is pretty much the results that I got back from the first scan that I did. Manual is just redirect, nothing important. And then server status. Is it all together like that? Oh. Just like that. I'm curious why I didn't get the robots.txt file, but that's besides the point. Oh, I think I know why. So I'm just searching for directories, not files, which is what I do want. So I'm going to specify that here. So we want text files, JPEGs, PNGs, JS, PHP, HTML, sure. That should be good for now, right? Okay, so we get the robots this time. We get a cat.png. And let me just let this go for real quick. It shouldn't take too long. If it goes for, say, 20 more seconds, then I'm just going to pause it. Okay, yeah, I think it's probably just worth just pausing. Okay, so that finished, and we got pretty much the same results, except we got robots and cats. So we already have the cat here, but pretend that's gone. Let's get that. So HTTP 192. Can I do have that copied? Awesome. Cat.jpg. Cool. So we have that. So now let's use our EXIF tool to view that. And okay. So the EXIF tool, if you're not familiar with that, pretty much helps us just as you view the metadata that's within the file. Pretty much kind of parsing through the hex, which I'm going to show in a second here. So as we see, we have a comment here. File source comes from this Wikimedia thing, right? So let me copy that. The next thing I did was just download this file. Let me see that there. So the next thing I did was, well, I'm following the write-up if I'm being honest, but the next thing we had to do was kind of just compare the images. You can, I mean, if you would want to, you use like, not binwag, sorry. What is it? Something dump, bin dump? Hex dump, cat.jpg. So you can view the hex this way. You can also use ghex. Put the files in here, and you can view the hex. But I'm used to just. Oh my god. Okay. I'm used to using HXD. I kind of just drag them over to my windows, and honestly, I didn't really look through it that well. I kind of just looked through the top here. There's just a bunch of mess, and then the mess ends, and then here, bunch of mess ends. So I kind of just looked where the mess ended, and as you can see, oh, right here, there's a bunch of mess. There's a bunch of mess. So I'm sure there's some type of command or some program you can use to compare it. I found, oh, I used it over here actually. This one, what is the command? Compare these two, and then L, I believe, lists all the differences. Oh, so inputs. Let me try S. Let's see what happens if I do S. Okay, that did nothing. What if I put that over here? That's silent. Well, anyway, what this does is compare where you know, hex wise there's something different. I didn't want to really just parse through all that because, well, as we saw in the exif tool for the one on the website, it had a comment and everything, so obviously things are going to be shifted around. So this is what I got off the write-up, and this is where things get really weird for me, and I didn't really understand what was going on in the write-up. I tried using Google Translate, but pretty much they do what I just explained right now. They download the original file and they find this part right here, this right here, that isn't included in the original file, right? And then they just straight up just go to this website, Malbolge, I don't know how to say that, but that's basically, apparently it's a programming language, a public domain historic programming language invented by Ben Olmsted in 1998. Basically, it's supposed to be an almost impossible to use via a counterintuitive crazy operation. So basically, it's just a really hard programming language. I have no idea. Like, was there? There's like no hints on here. So I'm like just amazed on how they figured out that this text. First of all, kudos to them for finding that. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be too hard to find this, to notice that this was added to the end, but like, I don't know how you were able to detect that it's this weird, strange, hard programming language. Anyway, if we ignore that fact and somehow just know that this is malleable, whatever, copy this, paste it into this interpreter, compiler, whatever, run it, and we get Missy read. So from the robots.txt, they want us to find the user, and I'm guessing this is the user, Missy read, right? So what's next? Next thing is, do we want to SSH into that? Oh, that's right. We're going to use Hydra. Because sure, we could SSH into the machine at this point. Well, not exactly, because we don't have the password, which is where Hydra comes in. So, as you can see, it's already, pre-written here. I'm going to be using a word list that I have called RockU, very popular word list. Sure work for this one. The L is the login username, so in this case it is Missy Red, and the instance we're going to be working with is an SSH to 192.168.1.22 in my instance, of course. Click enter, and there we go. We get our password, which is I love you. So now we can just do an SSH to Missy Red at 192.168.1.22, and we have the password, which is I love you, and we are here. Cool. Bro, I don't know what's up with me. I can't type clear. Let me delete this. I don't like having this mess. Let me close this. Cool. So now we are in the user Missy Red. Awesome. So what now? So we can do sudo l I love you, and matching directories for Miss Read. So this, I believe, the directories that we can access as this user, and as we see, we can actually run Perl through Kings through Missy Red. So yeah, they actually put this on the write-up, but if you didn't know, I mean, you can do this with a lot of programming languages. Use something like exec. Let me just do this on my. So we have Perl exec. Okay. Let me find a better. Okay, this is good. So this function executes a system command. So basically all this does, using Perl, which we do have access to, we can execute a shell, and since we're going to be running it through kings, technically we can get a shell through kings. So that can be done using sudo u user kings, and then we want to do e, I believe. Actually, I'm not sure what e does. Is that the command? Edit. Oh, right, because I think we're going to be like, yeah, that makes sense. So we're going to do exec. What's the command? Right, it's bin bash, which is, you know, like, that's just how we do that. Oh, I need to sneeze. Sorry about that. Thank you, said bless you. Okay. And that. Sorry, sudo. Ah, I see. I forgot the file. So we actually need to pass. We're not even really doing anything. We need to pass in user bin Perl to specify that we're going to be using this executable. What is going on? Sudo ukings. I think the e goes here. Oops, that doesn't go together. There we go. We are in kings. Awesome. So, Jesus. So if we ls, no, let's go to our main directory. Ls, we do get the first part of our flag here. So the next part is to get root. So let's do sudo l, and all users requiring no password can run in this. So let me try this real quick. Cool. Okay. I was hoping that the file, so yes, the file does not exist, neither does directory boom, but I was just hoping, you know, it still wouldn't exist even after I did it previously. So the first thing we need to do is I can show you that the directory doesn't exist because I can't. Huh? Then why can't I cat? Oh, I put 3 L's. Okay, let me pause this real quick so I can like refresh it to how it was initially. Okay, cool. So this is what it looked like when I initially did this challenge. Okay, cool. So we're going to do sudo l, and then we still have that. So if we change our directory to opt boom, doesn't exist, right? So that means we can just make a file and then put whatever we want in it. So let's make that directory. Sorry, just dude, I'm a meme at this point. Okay. So now we can make that file. So it's opt boom, and I believe boom.sh. Excuse me. And here we can pass in bin bash. And the reason why we're doing that is because, well, that's how we initiate like a shell, like, you know, get a shell going. So since all users can run this without a password, that also includes root. So we need to make sure when we do this, we need to pass in that exact like path, right? Because if we do, let me show you. Boom. This shouldn't work. Sudo root boom.sh. Yeah, it's gonna ask me for the password. I don't need to change back, but I'll just do it. So if I do sudo u root opt boom boom.sh. Oh, I think I need to make this an executable. Boom. Oh. Opt boom Okay, cool. So if I run this time, it should run without asking me for the password. And since it's a shell, is it considered a shell? A bash. Since it's a bash file, it should execute the contents that we wrote in it, thus giving us access to root. Why can't I use who am I? Who am I? Damn. Okay, cool. So as you see, we have completely pwned this machine. It is ours. And if we list this, we get the last flag. And that's how you do this challenge. I know it was an absolute mess. It was my first time doing this, and it was definitely something. I mean, I think I maybe could have done this alone. I've used art before. I've used Nmap. I've seen people use, like something like GoBuster. I've seen people use Hydra. So that was my first time using those. I've used XFTool. So I think I could have gotten most of this, at least kind of just, if I were to try to piece it together. However, I would have definitely not figured out to use whatever the hell this is. I personally spent some time trying to figure out how they found it, but I couldn't find any clues. So if anybody has any ideas on that, please do let me know. That would be awesome. But yeah, that was this challenge. Well, is it considered a challenge? Machine find. Yeah, those pwn ones were definitely really fun. I think I'm definitely gonna do that more in the future. Hopefully without a write-up. I'm just learning right now, trying to just figure out the tricks to it, and then hopefully soon I can just do it just without any help. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you like more of these, I can definitely make more. Please do let me know. And yeah, take care, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Later.